Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Good evening and Happy New Year. Happy New Year from Beacon of Hope. Happy New Year, my viewers. Happy New Year, my family. Happy New Year, friends. Happy New Year. Yes, this is the day that the Lord has made. I thank God for your lives and I'm happy to be here tonight. Yes, this is the day that the Lord has made. I thank you all who have started tuning in. I am excited to be here this day. And I thank God that He has made it possible for us to be here today, this new year 2022. We all know that 2021 was not an easy year. Yes, we lost loved ones, we lost jobs, we lost businesses, so many people hospitalized. A lot happened in 2021. So it takes the grace of God to be here in 2022. And therefore, we declare that God deserves all the glory. He deserves all the honor. He deserves all the adoration. He is worthy. He is worthy. He is worthy. And we really need to thank Him that He has made it possible for us to be here today. Yes, once again, this is Beacon of Hope. And I usually say Beacon of Hope. We inspire, we teach, we motivate, we encourage. And so tonight is not any different. We're hoping that by the end of our program with my guests tonight, somebody is going to be inspired. Somebody is going to be motivated. And even somebody is going to be encouraged for the glory of God. So it is nothing to do with me, for I cannot make it without the presence of God. And that is why I have prayed that may the Lord guide me. May the Lord lead me. May He show me the way as we talk. So Beacon of Hope is our talk show. And I usually bring different people. First of all, I want to appreciate my sponsors. My first group is Almond Estate Company Limited, and colleagues, I'm just going to show you, you'll be puzzled. Almond Estate Company Limited are selling these lovely pieces of land in Isinya, and I've gone there. I'm going to show you this bit later on. Yes, Kiserian, I'm going to show you. It's lovely and it's almost gone. Then I've got Django Dweras. Django Dweras sponsored a trip and they're lovely. You organize a trip. They organize at the comfort of your home and you can travel anywhere you like. Anywhere. We've got Mambo Zuri, the young team, the young gentlemen led by Ken Kangeve, and they're doing so well. So we've got Powerhouse. We've got so many of our sponsors, and I want to appreciate them for bearing with us, for being with us throughout the gone year, not giving up, supporting us, supporting our program, supporting even us when we were slow. Then can I ask you, as you join us, kindly, and I'm really pleading with you, I want to see an increase in my YouTube channel. Kindly subscribe to Beacon of Hope Beacon. It just costs nothing. Just clicking that button and you can see. So Beacon of Hope Beacon, kindly subscribe. And you have helped me, you have helped somebody. So please, as we start off, as I get my guest tonight. So tonight is just a simple program where, like I said, I've got two of my colleagues who are also leaders in diaspora, and we just want to look at diaspora. We call it Diaspora Talk. We want to look at what happened last year, how things have been, look at also the future in diaspora, because definitely somebody has to be there, somebody has to talk. And because in my show, I encourage people to open up, to discuss, to talk. Again, you are encouraged to question, ask questions, bring in your views. Let it be that talk where we can share. So tonight, I've got two guests. And these two guests are people that I respect. They are people who have done so well. And people who are doing, they are doing exploits in the diaspora. And that is why I thought I cannot have a better team to come and discuss this. And as I bring them in, kindly share, invite people, invite family and friends. Yes, so that we can work together. So I'm also doing the same, I'm sharing. And my guests tonight are a lady and a gentleman. I have to do the gender balance, very well. Me and gender, yes. We have a gentleman by name Lucas Kamau. He's going to introduce himself, who is in UK here with me. And I've got a lady who is my good sister, Joy Zenz. She lives in Germany. And just like I said, we want to discuss diaspora matters. And now, without much further ado, I'll bring them in so that they can say hello to you. Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
You all went quiet.
Can you hear? Yeah, we were trying to unmute.
Oh, you unmute. Happy New Year.
Hey, many blessings 2022 for everyone. Happy New Year.
Amen. Lucas, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you and Happy New Year to everyone out there watching us. Welcome to 2022.
Amen. And we've started with Happy New Year. I'll start with Bona Lucas. I can see the name is there. Would you like to introduce yourself? This time I'm not going ladies first because we are two ladies and this gentleman, I don't want him to think, oh, these two powerful women, they're sandwiching me here. Would you like to introduce yourself and welcome to my show, Bacon of Hope Bacon?
Thank you so much, Councillor Kangete, for inviting us to this show. As you can read there. I come from southeast of England in Kent. The chairman of that group called SEKK, Southeast Kent and Kent Kenyans Community Group. I'm also the chairperson of KCCC, that is Kenya Chairpersons Council in the UK. That's the umbrella group for all the community groups here in the UK. And I'm also the director of my own company, which is Mission One Services. We do provide carers. There's a lot of work going on. So after here, you can call me if you're looking for work in UK. And I also do properties. I'm also a director in Blue Vision Properties, where we sell land in Kenya. That's me.
Wow.
But
wow.
I am also a father. I'm also a father of those two kids behind me there and a husband of one wife. So thank you.
And I know I've heard somewhere you are an elder in one of the churches. Come on.
In Pillars Christian Center. Yes, I'm an admin in the church there.
Wow. Guys, too many hearts. I don't want to repeat, but thank you and welcome, Bona Lucas. Joy, introduce yourself, my sister.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here. Yes, I'm Joy Zen. Some people call me Joy Awe. Some people call me Joy Mashogo. So, and I'm Joy Wanjiro Mashogo Thanks. That's my full name. And I'm very grateful to be here on these shows. First of all, thank you for inviting us, a very powerful lady. And I love your shows. I follow them up. And I learn a lot of Kikuyu through the platform. So I'm glad that I also learn a lot of things. So who is Joy? As you can see on my background here, that's African Women in Europe. That's the hat that I wear most for 15 years now. And I live in Germany. I'm a mother of two lovely teenager boys. And apart from that, I'm a woman who wears a lot of hats. So I have African Women in Europe, as you have seen, and under the African Women in Europe, we have Africa Women in Trade. We support women in businesses in Africa, over 4,000 women. And we also have Africa, we have Awe Sacco, Diaspora Sacco, the one you have probably been hearing about that launched last year, 1 year. And we are also moving it into investments as well. So we'll be hearing more. We are moving very fast and very excited for 2022. And we also have so many things. We write books and as I say, I am very glad to be here because this is a platform to be when we talk diaspora. Diaspora is a very a topic that I like most because I've been into for I sometimes call myself probably an ambassador, diaspora ambassador, because I just deal with diaspora all over Europe, and I'm happy to meet every member out there and everybody who's listening us as well. Thank you for joining us.
Wow, guys, I told you. Listen, she's a lady, a woman of many hats, and Chair also is a man, a gentleman of many hats. And okay, guys, we kick off. Just before we look at last year, because we say this diaspora talk, somebody has asked a question. Lucas, who are diasporians? What do you mean by diaspora? Is it only those people who live in America, UK? What do you understand by diaspora? The question to you, Bana Lucas.
Now, diaspora is anybody who lives outside their country of origin. So anybody who lives outside Kenya, if you're in Uganda, Sudan, in the West here, we assume that when they mention diaspora, they are talking about US, Europe, London, and all that. But diaspora is anybody who is out of their current country of origin.
Why? Diaspora is anybody living outside the borders of Kenya. So anybody in TZ, South Sudan, anybody in Australia, anybody in Germany, we are all diasporians as long as we still have the Kenyan identity. We are diasporians. That is very, very clear. Now, to both of you, last year was really a challenging year for everybody because this was a global phenomenon. What was happening was just global. It wasn't just in diaspora. What did you make of last year? And in particular, now we are talking about us diasporians. How are we affected, whichever way, economically, physical? How are we affected? How was last year? We want to look at things from known, then look at the unknown. Joy, would you like to start? How was last year, 2021?
Yes, it's I probably will be the one who maybe not very gonna go the sad side because I have been very very lucky to be able to really thrive during the COVID. Actually, I have tremendously grown, and I think if it was not for COVID, I would not be where I am today. And just there's a slide in front of me that is blocking me. I don't know whether people can see me or just to inform the air. Because why I say that, because COVID has been a time also to build myself, to be comfortable with my space, because we were all on lockdown at home and nothing you can do, and you had this tremendous amount of time. And I'm telling you, I was like working very early in the morning all the way to the evening. And I did take a sabbatical, so I was not really back into work. And because I decided, it's time to build myself, to take courses. I took a project management course. I got a diploma on it in between all that. And I founded around 3 organizations at the same time. And it's amazing. The openness, the digital world just opened, and some of you know I've worked with African women in Europe. We only meet once per year. The rest is online. So for me, it was finally our people are on digital. Now I can talk to them, I can discuss with them. So it was an area I was already aware how to move around, and I was training the women to learn what is Zoom. When I remember getting phone calls, people tell me, Joy, you used to tell us this Zoom. Can you tell us what it is again? How do you log in? I said, you guys, I used to teach you, try to get you catch up to the technology. And those people who did, they found it very easy to move around because we only communicate digital. So for me, I don't have anything negative to talk about COVID because it was actually positive. Of course, we have lost so many people. We cannot, and I've also lost my own family members in Kenya in different situations. There are people on the front line who have no choices. I cannot say that this is not something that we are going to underestimate. They're actually protecting us. And I'm the kind of person who's a very good German who follow rules. Stay at home means stay at home. So I've been keeping to this rule, and I think so many people can really relate a positive side about it. Some people lost a lot of jobs. We have to say that people lost jobs, and people had to change their way of thinking and doing work and learn new things. Our children, they have to be at home, and I have to say that some parents had to really juggle a lot, especially with the small children. And if you're home office, you know what it is like. It's crazy. My children are teenager, but even then, they're in the room for so long. Psychological, mental health was another issue around COVID time. It's gonna, people, we know women, we talk, and diaspora, especially diaspora, we stay at home. We are not like connected like the way we are back in Kenya or Africa. So that means you're in your area. Some people, it was not like something new because they know how to work around it, to live on their spaces. But if it's very long, over 2 years, that's too much, you know. And you found some diaspora who are really having a lot of trouble to communicate. And we lost friends. I know I have lost so many friends because the only communication was only face to face. Actually, it was a good way to know who is your friend and who is who is really true friends, you know, who is there for you, who calls you to find out how you're doing. And it was such a lesson to show how we human need to connect with each other, come back to ourselves, see our family members. We know some families broke, some family even formed relationship. All sorts of things happen, opposite and positive and negative. So that's for me for the during COVID season, and I think I take the positive side with me.
Wow, 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 wow. Excellent, Joyce. So much to learn from your comments. And obviously, like I said, we all had different experiences last year, particularly with the pandemic. I said when I started, there are those people who lost businesses, there are those who lost jobs, there are those who lost lives, there are those whose lives were changed completely. And not even forgetting that today we hear of COVID billionaires. You know, all these things do happen. There are those who are legit. There are those people who made clean money. There are those who went through their own stupid ways and did whatever they did. But we are thinking of us as diasporians. What did we make of last year, 2021, during COVID? Lucas, over to you. The same question, please.
Yeah, thank you so much. Mine going the community, because for me personally, just like Joy, it was the best year of my life. Work-wise and business-wise, it was the best year last year, and this year is looking good as well. But to the community, our community was very much affected here in the UK. And especially when we went on the lockdown and nobody knew what was happening. We were all guessing what COVID is and all these new rules coming into place. Is a year where most of us became teachers because we had to teach our children from home. And I was thinking, actually, teachers, I know, Counselor, you are a teacher. I was thinking our experience with work. I don't think that's what they do in school. But we became teachers at that time. When we went to the community out there, we, like in my area, we had old people from our community who did not know what was happening. And when we contacted them, they were afraid to go out there and get food. They were afraid even to go out for shopping. And we came together as a community and decided that we are going to mobilize our community to go and reach out to these elderly people. And we contributed some funds to go out there, buy food for them, and distribute. And this is where KCCC was born, because we started reaching out to other chairs who are in the community, and we mobilized the whole country. All Kenyan chairs who received our call, and we mobilized the whole country. We were given food, tons of food that we distributed across the UK. And even those chairs who are watching, they can bear me witness that food was delivered to their houses. Some of them didn't have enough place to store the food, and they had to mobilize their area leadership and people in the community. And we made sure that no Kenyan went out there hungry. Then there came the first death of a Kenyan who died in the UK, and it was misreported in Kenya. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs was saying that there's no Kenyan who has died abroad. And in broad daylight, we had a matanga going on at that time. So that is the time now we wrote a protest letter to the embassy, and we started communicating. So actually, COVID gave birth to KCCC. because of the unity of purpose that we had. The leaders came together. And in the groups, when we came together, the challenge was we were having deaths every week. And we did not have support from anybody, but the community came together. Those people who died here, we joined hands, and we made sure that we laid them to rest with our own contribution. And people really came together. I can say Kenyans came together in the UK during COVID time like never before. And I think that also have united our people. And we feel that when we are together, we are stronger because we were looking after each other. We were calling each other. The people who lost their lives, we supported them. We supported families that lost their loved ones in Kenya. So it was a sad year, but it brought some positive things. Like nowadays, if you call for a matanga, we don't need to drive all the way to the north to go and attend matanga. We use Zoom, so we can meet 150 of us and encourage somebody, even though we are going a few of us to their houses, but we can still, from where you are, you can support each other. So it brought new things for the community. We were able to do our meetings every Saturday. The KCC chairs, we did meetings every Saturday when we were forming that group, every Saturday. So we had the time. When we were locked down, we had the time. I know a lot of people knew Zoom when COVID came. We had the time to do that. So it brought its positives and its negatives. So, but when we come to the community, I must say we were affected, but God saw us through, that we went through perfectly. And
wow. Excellent, excellent. I can see one comment from Agli, one of our leaders, saying, as difficult as it was, COVID pandemic was a great opportunity to see Kenyan leaders joining hands to support our communities. Yes, that was a time when, if there is a time when I saw unity of purpose, there was a time when people were getting together like nobody's business. I know, like even in my church, we were feeding people, not just Kenyans, we were feeding the local community, you know, some of it even from our pocket, because people look at you as a leader and they think you've got it all. And whatever little people had, we shared. So yes, I totally agree with you, Agli, that this was a time when we, you know, COVID kind of really brought us together as a community. Now, this was Diaspora 2021. And you can see we all have mixed feelings. There are those people who have the positives. There are those people who still feel like it was such a challenge for them. Yes, we all had, but I don't think there is anybody who is exempt when it comes to challenges. We all had those challenges because one, this was the new norm. Like our Mutahi Kagwe always says, our new norm, wearing of masks, anything that we had never done. Not going shopping, staying indoors, having to do all the tests if you have to go shopping, you know, and not going for meetings, not the physical meetings, even for the matangas, the Zoom meetings. So it is a new norm. And I think it's a high time we now start getting used to this, because even meetings now, the hybrid meetings, we can see that it's going to be like the new norm and we are getting used to that. One advantage, like Bona Chairman Lucas says, is we were able to converge. We were able to meet even with people from far. I remember one matanga, we had people from all over Australia, Kenya, wherever, you know, and we were able to converge. The same with even local. Without even having to travel, we were able to comfort each other, mourn with our families, despite being far. However, you know, that's gone. And although I must reiterate and say that COVID is still here with us, and like, I don't know about Germany, here it's wearing of masks in public places is now compulsory. Wearing of masks even in high schools is a must. So it's a new norm, it's a new way of living, which we really have to adapt to. So thank you so much for sharing. And, you know, viewers, if anybody has anything you'd like to share, this is your show. Feel free to contribute. Like what I've said, Agli has shared what he thinks. I can see my darling husband, Bishop BK, is saying, brilliant mind, we appreciate BOHS. And he also wanted people to clarify what is diaspora. And somebody called Bongi, I think. Diaspora is Africans living in countries that are not their own. Yes. So those who are abroad, yes. So feel free to share. Feel free to ask questions. We might not have all the answers, but we are here to support each other. We are here. I can see Face of Kenya Connect. This is great to see you all on Beacon of Hope, keeping focus as leaders to make sure each of our influence bring the desired changes. Amen. Thank you so much, Janet. We love you. We love you. You are one of us too. Okay, now our focus is 2022. And like I said at the beginning, we thank God that He has brought us this far. And as a Christian, I believe with a purpose. It is not in vain that God has brought us to the year 2022. And my prayer is that there will be a change and a transformation in our lives, in the people we lead, in our families, wherever each one of us is. 2022 should be a year with a difference. And I'm sure by now, people have already drawn their new year resolutions. We usually do that, and I'm sure you've done that. Even the Word of God tells us your vision, write it down in plain so that whoever sees it, reads it, and you run with it. So I'm sure we have done that. Now, thinking of 2022, we know that there's a lot ahead of us, and particularly now, this is where we come in as Kenyans. There is so much, and we are so excited. And I'll bring in and say, I am excited that after fighting for so many years, eventually God has heard our prayer. Our rights are being brought back to us. Lucas, I'll start with you. What do you think of what's happening now in Kenya, and particularly for us as diasporians? Is it something to celebrate that come August 9, we've been given the right to exercise our constitutional, and I insist, because we've been denied our constitutional rights, which we have been denied for so long. Over to you, Chair.
Thank you. Yes, it's an exciting time for us, especially that this is a right, as you have said, that we have really campaigned for, a right that we have pushed for, and now it is here with us. It is now up to us to know what to do with this right. And that is why we are at the forefront campaigning for registration of what is going to happen on the 9th of August, and asking everybody here in diaspora. I know there are so many questions that you're going to ask even after we have introduced this. We will respond to those that we can respond to, and we'll leave IBC to deal with their questions. But as diaspora, we are excited. Here in the UK, there's a lot of excitement, and we are actually pushing to register as many people as possible, because as we spoke with one voice, when we are united, there's a saying from the Greek part I come from that says, those people who are not united, they can be chased with one room. But when you are united, then you cannot be moved. And one of the things I picked up from IBC when they came here, they said, well, you are county 48, so if you have the numbers, we can talk, we can start the discussion. So it's not going to end this year, but I believe that we are going to start a discussion even after the vote of August this year. We are going to start a discussion, and the discussion has started. So let's push the debate. So for me, I know we are going to talk about this more for the next time that we have, but let us go out there and register to vote. Kenyans, it is our right. We have fought for it. It is not just been, it is not a favor that we are given. It is our right. Let's go out there and register to vote.
Right. I like what you've just reiterated, what I said. It is our constitutional right. And now it's being actualized, because it's something that we've been asking for, we've been fighting for. Parliament had passed long time, and every time we still continue getting promises. So for me, it is a plus that what we've been fighting for, what we've been asking for in different groups. And as we continue, I would like to tell our viewers, this team is not the only team. We've been fighting in different groups. I know most people belong to different groups and they've been fighting for this, not just in UK. There are groups in America, there are groups in Australia, there are groups in Tanzania. Wherever we have diasporians, people have been fighting. So each one of us can say, we have contributed in one way or the other. Some have even written to IEBC, have written to Parliament, have written to our MPs, trying to fight to have this come to fruition. And as we say, it's all right. For you, Joy, briefly, how did you take this news of us being given, or us the actualization of our constitutional rights?
Yeah. Very, very good question. And coming from the other side of it, as you know me, I'm more in the business side, investments in Kenya, trying to tell the women how best to invest in Kenya and which way to do it. And as you know, the remittance we send in Kenya, especially, let's put Africa, but also put Kenya as well, is quite a lot. And for me, when we had this opportunity, it was like, I remember them coming, wanting to know us because of the remittance. I said, hey, this is not okay. Why only when we are sending money? Let us be involved also when situations like these are happening, elections. So when all this opportunity came, in this mindset of economical development of the country, because we have taken a big role in building up our people, even if we send the money for consumption, right? It's also educating a child somewhere. It's also uplifting a family from one point to another one. So we should also be taking part also in this kind of decisions making, because it also affects us as well. And also with the circles that I was talking about, it's such a very important role when you start working with the government in Kenya. So you understand. So when this role came, and then we had opportunity of voting, and I have to say, I had to put Europe in the picture because somehow Europe is always put at the side only when we are sending money, but Europe was not even in the picture of it. So I had to put them, and remember, UK, okay, the Brexit, but we need Europe to also have a space for us. So Germany was selected, and that's why I'm also very, very passionate following up being coordinator for the Europe, because not only Europe is such an interesting body. So we are also reaching to the diasporans there, Kenyans in Norway, all the Scandinavia, quite a huge number, Switzerland, Austria, Hungary. I mean, all the way to Greece, all the way to Spain, all the way to France. And it's such a call for me to actually bring the awareness. We know not everybody is going to be able to travel to Berlin, to Germany to vote, because it's only in Germany that has been gazetted in the embassy of Kenya in Germany. So we have to also make sure that people understand, maybe this is the first time, don't forget, the first time we have been given this opportunity. Let's start with what we have been given, because it's a good step. As you said, Elizabeth, we've worked so hard, we have been fighting for this. Okay, it's Germany, let's embrace this, let's go voting, register ourselves, because registration is so important, and that's why we're here. If you don't register, you can't vote. Let me just be honest. So, and you need a valid passport. And it's a very interesting that area when talked about passports, because some of these countries, it's going to open other doors, like in Germany, or we don't have dual citizenship here even, it's something that is going to open up other doors for us Kenyans to also have dual citizenship, like in Germany, so that we can also exercise this right of votes, So it is a call for you, diaspora out there. We have been mobilizing most of you, and I have to say, within a short time, and Lucas will attest, because we were given really short time to mobilize people, and I'm very happy that some of the date has been extended just one more week, but we're talking about 2 weeks right now. So if you are really interested to vote, you need to register. And in Europe, it will be in Berlin at the embassy of Kenya, and all the information will be shared. And all this has already been gazetted anyway. So we'll be sharing also more in that direction. So for me, I'm coming for the side of developing an economical part of diaspora who have been building the country, Kenya. They need to vote.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much, Joy. Thank you. And like we say, we are sharing from our heart because we love Kenya. We are most of us here, we do say tunajivunia kuwa wa Kenya, and we mean it from our heart. And this can be attested by the events that we attend to, and anything Kenyan, you will see us there. I can see Sadi Kongo saying, they say diaspora takes billions of Kenyan shillings back home. We are a big part of Kenyan economy, so we should be taken seriously and we should be involved in decisions for our country. Absolutely, Sari, I cannot agree more. We need to be involved. And like my colleagues have said, this is just a beginning. And once you open the door for us, now we can be able to fight while we are inside. So let us appreciate that at least kuna kamwanya. Now we can be able to fight while inside. Once we really have that, because that one is an issue that we've been fighting for, at least even voting for the president. I remember last year we did, I've got some disturbances in the background. So this is a move. Now, they started with, this year they added 7 countries. You have UK, Canada, US, South Sudan, Qatar, United Arab Emirates. You know, before we had TZ, 2017, TZ voted Burundi, Rwanda, Uganda, and South Africa. But now they've added UK, Canada, US, South Sudan, Qatar, and United Arab Emirates, and Germany. Yeah, Germany. Yeah, I was looking for the 7th one, which is Germany. Now, and obviously, we are excited that this is going to happen. What is the next move? What would you encourage people? What are we here for? Where do you want people? What do you want people to do? Because obviously, there are those of us who missed, there are people who missed the IEBC meetings. I know I followed every meeting. I know I've been following the Americans one. We've got One Voice Consortium in America, and I've been involved. Joy has been involved. We've been meeting way before we came over here. We started meeting, Joy, when? September. In One Voice, we've been meeting for a long time for the same. And there are those people who do not know the next move. Lucas, what is the next move? What should people know? And please, I'm still putting a disclaimer here to those people who are following us. We are not IEBC. We have been meeting, or we have been following what the IEBC have been saying, and we can only answer. We can only tell you what IEBC have said. So I do not want my people to be stoned here that they are the ones making decisions. We are just here as a voice because we've been there. So we want, for those people who missed, yes, for those people who missed, Lucas, what is the first move that we want to make now?
Our first move is go out there and register. There's a poll going around. As KCCC, we are doing a poll that is going around, and it is encouraging that people are polling, but we still need to see enough numbers. Because IEBC, there's one thing that we are pushing. If you saw the statement that they brought forward today, they have said that people are going to register in the embassies. When was here, they had promised us that we are going to have like a mobile registration that will go around the country. So the polls that we are doing, and I know in Germany the same, they have suggested some centers where they can register. So we are still standing on that when we have gathered in this poll, and we, like here in the UK, we see that we need to have a place in Glasgow, in Manchester, where people are concentrated. So that will help us to go with the numbers to IEBC to say, look, this is the numbers we have up north. Let us go up north, give our people a chance. And I want to thank you for a statement that you have made. We are not working for IEBC. I'm not. Let me not talk for Joy, probably she is, but I don't think any one of us is working for IEBC. We are, for us, we are mobilizing as community leaders here in the UK. So it's voluntary. What we have always done is what we are doing. And like for KCCC, we have got a task force, a task force that is leading all this. So it is not Lucas. So the statements they are not coming from Lucas, they are coming from our secretariat in KCCC. So we want to mobilize, just like we mobilize people to go out there and do other things for the community, because one of the things that we are determined to do is to see that this will come to fruition. It is going to be a reality. And even though the IEBC insists that we are going to just register in the Kenyan embassy, because our hands are also tied. No matter, we might make a lot of noise, and we need to make that noise because we need to be heard. But if they come back and say that this is what is going to happen, I will urge our people, let us not boycott or start saying, oh, since it's too far, I'm not going to go there. Let us show that we are passionate about Kenya, we are patriotic, and we are ready to exercise this right. We are going, all of us, let us push for us to have different centers. The other thing is voting. I know a lot of questions coming to me. Are we going to push them to have different polling stations in different areas? And one of the newspaper today misquoted me having said that the IEBC said that we might have some polling station. That is not the case. Chairman Chebukati said clearly that the only polling station that is recognized by the laws of Kenya is Kenyan High Commission. If we can push for this to happen, it will happen. We will push for it, but we cannot guarantee, because one of the things that I want to push our people not to boycott these elections or registration because of the rules that are there in place. And there was something I was thinking, probably they will insist we do this so that we can register small numbers, so that then IEBC will not have a lot of work to do. But let us give them work to do. I actually saw today they applied for more money because they're coming to diaspora. So since they're going to get that money from the treasury, they should use those facilities and the money that they are getting to go and reach those people who are in Scotland, those people who are in Manchester, those people who are up north. Let us be fair, because UK, London, if you look at the map of the UK, London is at the bottom end. It's not like, it's at the bottom end. So somebody coming from Scotland to London, it's a long, long way. I was actually having a debate with some of the Europe chairs, and I was telling them, I know you are complaining, some of you are complaining because of what is happening, which it doesn't look fair to ask somebody to come from the Nordic countries to come to Berlin and vote in Berlin. But if it so happens that this is what is going to happen, some of you are just 2 hours away from Berlin, just go there, let us register. Then after registration, we are going to say we have the numbers. Now let us discuss, because we have the numbers. So I'm pushing for registration. I'm not pushing for you to go elect so-and-so. I'm pushing for you to register so that your voice will be heard. This complaining of us complaining after elections, getting a candidate that you did not want, and when you had the opportunity to go register, you didn't. Let us act and move, and don't forget that, Paul.
You know what? I am so excited. If you look at me, you can see the excitement. You're just pushing for what I always fight for here, whenever I tell people to go and register to vote, because failure to register, failure to vote, you are voting already the wrong person, because your vote will not be counted. If you really want to vote, for example, I give my case and I tell people, if you want to vote for Councillor Kang'ethe, go and register. Failure to do that, and you wanted to vote for me, you have given that other person an opportunity to go in. So you've given them a smooth ride. So this is the first step, and it is very, very important. Actually, even now, we've been doing the drive here. We've been telling people to register to vote, so that even here where we live in diaspora, we need to exercise that right. This is where we live with our children. We've got our businesses, our jobs, and all that. I'll be coming back to that, because now this has given me the power and the mandate, now the strength to encourage people to register even here in diaspora to vote. Although now in Kenya, that gives us much more power because that is where we have our parents, our relatives, our land, our properties. So we want to safeguard whatever we have. Now, I can see, before we leave Chair Lucas, I'll come back to you, Joy. I can see somebody asking a question, and I would like us to try and handle that. First of all, I know this voting has not just been passed this year. It's only that these people have been sleeping on it, because I have been following, I have been in groups where we have been trying to advocate for the right to vote. According to Regulation 34 and Section 2 of the Elections Registration of Voters 2012, this is where they had passed that Kenyans living in diaspora should go and register at the Kenyan embassies, high commissions, or consulate. That includes diasporians and those people in prisons. So this is why I said it's not a favor that they are doing us. They're just actualizing something that we have been fighting for, our constitutional right. Somebody is asking here 2 questions. I want us to handle them as we go, if we can. Disclaimer: this is not IEBC. We are here as community leaders, and we are following what we are also reading, just like you and those who attended, actually. And there is a link. Somebody shared the link of Commissioner Chebukati when he came here. Joy can share the link of the commissioners who went to Germany. Now, 2 questions, please. Will it be a postal vote or live voting on the 9th of August? Will an ID suffice to use for registration if the passport is out of date? I think I've already read that, but I would like to give it to you, one of you, to answer that question. And I said, please, let us not be ignorant. There are people, it's not everybody who has followed the meetings. It's not everybody who has seen the links. So most of these people are genuine. They're asking genuine questions. And I am a teacher. And if a child asks a question, there is never, ever a stupid question that person is asking, so that the question can be clarified. So don't feel like, don't these people lead? It's not everybody who is reading those links. It's not everybody who has had the exposure to that. So let us answer that question, either of you. So is it postal vote or live voting on the 9th? And then will the ID suffice the use of registration if the passport has run out of date? Who wants to handle that?
Okay, I'll go. And then this question has been asked so much. But let me just speak the words that were spoken in the meeting that we went. Voting by proxy, by post, is not going to happen. Our constitution apparently is that you have to appear in person. One, because of your biometrics when you go to vote. The other thing on the issue of ID is not going to you are not going to register with the ID. You are not going to vote with the ID when you are in diaspora. And the reason that was given to us was understood. I know we are going to champion for this to happen differently, but on this one, it was explained that most Kenyans who gave up their citizenships, they still have the ID. They gave up the passport, but they remain with an ID. So people can get a passport, but people cannot get a passport if they have relinquished their Kenyan citizenship. But they still kept the ID because they did not give up the ID. So if such a person then goes and registers with an ID and goes ahead and votes, they will vote as a non-Kenyan. And so the whole election exercise can become challenged. So that's why the wisdom of the writers of the Constitution was that Kenyans who are abroad will be voting using their passport. And in that matter, a valid passport. There's still the question where I think it's 31st of December.
You are freezing. You are losing you in a way. Continue.
Yes, there was the discussion of the old passport, people using the old passport. I'm not going to comment about that, because what I know is that if it is not valid, it is not going to register. So if you don't have a valid Kenyan passport, then you cannot register for voting. And may I just quickly add something small? Please, Kenyans, let us keep Kenyan documents up to date. because I know we have also sent a letter to the Kenyan High Commission to push for the people who applied for their passports to fasten the process. But let us always keep our documents valid, because we will need them. Some of us thought when we got our British passports we'll never need that Kenyan passport, and now here we are. We need these documents to be up to date.
We need the documents, Bwana Lucas. Me, I'm always, sometimes I'll be an advocate for
Can I just answer that?
Kuna wale ambao acha kidogo, kuna wale ambao unajua ya maneno hapa na pale hawana vitabu, walikuja tu. So I know we cannot change that now, lakini later we need to really look at this critically and see what can be done, as long as mtu anaweza prove that they are Kenyans. Anyway, you come back to that, Joy.
Yes, I wanted to answer those questions also in a very, the voting and the elections on the IEBC, they're following very strict rules, and which are governed by law of Kenya. And what is written there is only what they can do. As I said, these are sensitive. It's about elections. It's a very sensitive thing in the country. And even not only the diaspora have to follow the law, it's also in Kenya, they have to follow the same law. And you would find some even interesting parts, like even the voting time, which is okay for us for UK and Germany, is that the voting time is Kenyan time. Yeah, and people like in US, they will be sleeping, So there is a lot of laws and regulation, whatever is written on that constitution, that's what they can do. And if they say it's a valid passport, that is it. So that's the whole idea of the whole constitution. If it's not governed by a very strict law, then there will be problem. So that's very important for everyone. And just to also go back to the discussions we had where you asked about, maybe if I can continue with that, if that's okay with you, Elizabeth, with the second part of the question of how Europe, it was also included, and those people who have not been following us, where we come from. And you're right, we all started so many months ago. This is not something that just started, and I'm sure so many years ago. But to come to where we are right now, we all came up together, and there was all this discussion. It was not even agreed that diaspora will be included at that time. So after they went back and worked with the IEBC together with the One Voice that Councillor Elizabeth is talking about, is something that we worked on for some time. And taking you back again to that, they have already done mapping. They have come to all these embassies we are talking of in Germany. They have been in the Kenyan embassy in Germany. In the UK was among the last one towards Christmas. We were among the earlier ones around November there, and the US followed after, and then all the other countries, and they only finished towards the end of the year last year. And that's why they came up with the news that you're seeing today after the mapping. So we were still considered to go ahead. So because anything could have gone wrong between then and now, and decided, we did the mapping and we didn't like it. So we all took them along, and we helped them to see who we are. We mobilized organizations, because Europe, what we did, we organized organizations that already existing, because we are in a very different sector. As you know, we have so many embassies, but we decided we were working with the organizations, and I have to clear it out. I'm not working for the IEBC, but we are working together with the IEBC to support in mobilizing Kenyan in the diaspora. So that is our role at the moment. And it's part of actually their mandate of diasporans, and the embassies are the ones who are doing all the work of organizing and making sure that everything runs smoothly, of course, because that's where the voting is. But you are the stakeholder, you people who are the voting, and organizations like ours and all the others that we have put together all over Europe, they are so important. So where we are right now is that we have managed to put I think in Europe we had over 40 to 40. We had Zoom meetings, which are recorded, and we also have a Zoom link, which I'll share here if you want to listen to the details, the questions, the ones you're asking here, and I'm sure they're going to be asked again. You can listen to the whole that, and the UK also did the same. You can listen to that. We all did a live meeting. The UK did it more physical. We did more Zoom meetings. And so where we are right now, and that was the question, what is our ask? Our ask is that, first of all, especially in Europe, I'll talk about Europe because it's really, we have, I was looking in how many countries we have, they ended up being 50 or more than 50 countries in Europe. So what we want awareness first. Awareness that you have the right to vote. We know not everybody is going to make it to Berlin. And those people in Germany, if you are able to go to register in Berlin on the dates, and I have to say we are extended one more day, which is starting from 21st of January. We are talking about 2 weeks from now, January 21st, all the way to 6th of February 2022. This is an opening that was given a little leeway one time to make sure that so many people can understand. And I know we have France, we have Scandinavian countries, we have Austria, Switzerland. Kindly, let's just make sure that we play to the rules of the government of Kenya and the laws. What they say it's Embassy of Kenya. Let's do this. Let's do it mobilized. And I have to be honest, our team in Europe, brilliant. We got very good feedback from the commissioner. We are doing very good in mobilization as well. And the people are cooperating as well. They're understanding the situation, taking along. So we are asking all diaspora everywhere, let's make the best out of this opportunity we have been given. So that is my ask. First of all, awareness that you people, you are allowed to vote, and your questions are valid because they're going to push all these comments you're sending, all those, don't close them. Keep saying what you want because this will be pushed in the next time so that you are considered. If you don't say anything, then there will be nothing to work on. So we are happy for those questions because we are putting them together so that next time when they come and they're all jotting them down, they will be coming back with them, sitting down, and you will be considered in the other year. So let's make this time the best that we can and what we have right now.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much to the two of you for the update. Just an addition to what the question we had earlier on about use of voting and registration by proxy, voting, registration live. I read this article today because this is my area, civic education. From here and back home, this is me, and I love this, so I cannot help but talk about it. I read that article which says definitely for registration, and you also have to go and confirm your details after that just before the voting has to be, you have to be there physical because it is a BVR, biometric voter registration. Definitely, they will need your photo, they will need your fingerprints, they will need to capture all your details, and that cannot happen unless you appear in person. I know most of us are looking at what we do here. If I want to register as a voter, I just go online, put my details. But obviously, they've got everything. Once I put my date of birth, the voters, the registration of voting will just go straight. They'll look at me. They'll know who I am. They'll look at all my details. But for us here in diaspora, some of us already, we need, some of us have lost our citizenship. So there's a lot that is happening with us. So that has to be live. For you to register, you got to appear there so that you can have the biometric voter registration exercise ongoing. Where they can capture, get your photo, get your fingerprints, all the details. Then you also need to give the country of residence, obviously, that you appear on your documents. The only ask, and I know I am not asking, I'm only commenting because I've heard so many people talk about this, and I really sympathize, is you can imagine somebody traveling from, I give it here in UK, somebody coming all the way from Scotland, coming to the office in London at the embassy for registration. That costs money, even a flight. Coming back again to confirm, because you need to confirm the details then coming a third time for voting, that sounds ridiculous. That is where everybody is really complaining. I know I'm not, we cannot change now, but we really still have to continue pushing. But I really feel for those people. For me, London is just a train away. I can even drive there to go and do that. So, but then, like Lucas said, London, if you look at the map, London is not central. And I believe the embassy is not the central place for us in UK. And I believe the IEBC, if they had thought about this before, they should have looked for a central place, just like they do in Kenya. They go to schools, they look for a place where people, are more central place. I know I'm not talking of, I'm not the one who is supposed to be doing that, but I'm thinking loudly. And as a leader, definitely, I'm entitled to my own thoughts. So
can I correct something there? Because
let me finish. Let me just finish. That is one area that I felt really in future it needs to be addressed. But like I said, it's a move towards the right direction, that at least we are voting for the first time, those who are able. So our bit now is to mobilize, to encourage people. I know it's going to be a very costly exercise for some people. For me, it's
Elizabeth, just allow me to correct one thing there, because it's not correct. Yeah, just to correct it, we are not going 3 times to do at the embassy. So I wanted to correct that. It's only 2 times. The next one will be done. The verification will be done. They'll do it with digitally. You don't need to go. It's only 2 times.
Let me tell you, Joy,
in Kenya,
let me tell
yes.
you, Joy, I'm saying things that I've done. I've actually worked. If you wanted people sometimes feel they would like to go and verify. And most of us are very particular. If you'd like to go and verify, you are allowed. After registration, you are allowed. And I know people who are very particular. They don't want to wait up to the last minute. It's just like the way we do check-in when we are taking flights. So there are people who would really want to make sure that the details that they gave is what was captured, and that is allowed. The register is open. You can always go back to the embassy. So I know there are people who would make 3 trips to come and confirm. It is allowed.
I know. It's just the diaspora part. I'm talking for the German Europe. I don't know about the UK.
No, it's not just, it's everybody. If you wanted to verify, to make sure that you verify the accuracy, because you don't want to appear there and then, any mistakes could occur on the day, and then you are told this is not the actual ID, the number is missing. Some people would like to verify, and it is open actually to make sure that there is you can go and confirm. So anyway, even if it is 2 times, like you say, like we say, it's still not the best. But I'm not advocating for people to feel. I would like people to register en masse. I would like people to take the advantage of this, go and register, because again, like I said right at the beginning, failure to register, failure to vote is you voting the wrong candidate, not the candidate of your choice. So we really have to mobilize. Somebody says, if we register more than 700, that's a polling station. and somebody says, I want to read all the comments because they are not mine, they are yours. This show is quite educational, inspirational, and quite informative. Well done, Councillor Kang'ethe. Yes, thank you so much. Well done, our leaders. This is our Tharaka Nithi and Mandera moment. Yes, Peter Masharia says, mobilization of our people to participate in this democratic right is key. Yes, IEBC have said they are making baby steps in this exercise, and the best we can do for now is really support them to help themselves. Yes, voting for us in the UK will be a chance of a lifetime. Yes, William says, if we register more than 700, that's a polling station. So let's get rid. Yes, I agree. Agri says, I agree with Peter. Dennis Onyango says, great show, Councillor Kang'ethe, beacon of hope, keeping their diaspora hopes alive. Chairman Lucas, you are providing leadership. Well done, Madam Joy. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's encouraging to hear this. And like I say, it's not my show, it's our show. Let us give our views. Agnes says, I'm only hoping that the future will be less cumbersome. Yes, that's my point. This time we will have to take what we have to get to the future. Yes, we really have to take that. We have to fight this time. Yes, we put up with what we have, but once we really get in, we really have to fight for us, including the documentations and all that. So guys, we know now that the registration and the voting is going to be at the embassy. Another point, and I know we are only talking, there are things that we cannot change. Somebody has commented there. I missed that comment. Somebody said, you can imagine 1,000 people crowding at the embassy, congregating at the embassies. That is a laugh. You'll be a laughing stock. That's very true. You know, that embassy, really, I think even a tent outside the embassy, because I can imagine people congregating there. How many people can it take at a time? Well. I'm only hoping that the future will be less, yeah. Willie Wajawa Willie says, let's be a good example to our children, the same way they are proud to wear Kenyan bracelet. Let them be proud to take up dual citizenship, as their voice will be heard in Kenya. Yes, we continue, but it's good to read these comments. They are not mine, they are ours, and these people, just because they cannot come on our show, but they really want to air, you know, to talk about what they think. Now, so, Lucas, over to you. I think I've spoken. I told you I'm very, very passionate because this is my field. This is my area. Civic education. I can take a trumpet and blow all night and tell people to go and register, because this is our constitutional right. And for once, we've got it. So let's take advantage of this. Lucas.
Yes. There's that question that I picked from somebody saying about 700 people, another polling station. Wow, they said that the polling station, really, you don't have to have two buildings for a polling station. They can have downstairs as one polling station, first floor as the second polling station, fourth floor as the, so they can do that. As long as you have got 700, they can actually even create a curtain in between and call one polling station A and polling station B. So that can happen. The question here is, if we register 10,000 of us, like Huduma, we registered about 25,000 Kenyans here in the UK. So if then that is, then people didn't even have enough documents to go and register. What about now, where we can register about 50,000? I asked this very question also, and it was asked during when we had the meeting with the chairperson. But it is my understanding that the embassy can be in Chelsea Stadium that day. It could be in Hyde Park that day. And we will have the polling stations within that stadium. Even if there are 20 polling stations, we will have 20 different rooms in that stadium. So we really don't have to go to 45 Portland Place as per my understanding. But the embassy can be that day, can be gazetted to be in Chelsea Football Club or Manchester Football Club, and that is where the polling station. So let us not really focus on that small building. The queue that was there, it was not manageable. So that is not going to, that if we register the numbers, we are forcing the IEBC to think outside the box. If we don't register 200 people, we can go there, queue. The embassy is going to open at 4 a.m. that day because we are voting with Kenyan time, and at 3 o'clock it will be closed because we are using Kenyan time to vote. So this is another question that I was passionate to ask about the time that we are going to use. We are going to use the Kenyan time, not 5 o'clock UK time, but it will be 5. It will be the time.
But I've read somewhere in today's document by Commissioner Chebukati, it says diaspora registration 21st to 6th February. That is registration. I'm not sure about the voting. They will be doing the official working hours at the Kenyan embassies and consulates.
So if that has changed, that would be good. But according to Commissioner Madenge,
yeah, that's that.
Mm-hmm. Have you read, Joy? Have you read today's?
Yes. I mean, that is for the registration, registration. But the voting is Kenyan time.
Yes. But there's no way they're going to tell us to go and report at 4. Come on, guys.
That is what is happening. That is what is going to happen. Because we asked that question to the commissioners.
What about places like America? Australia? I mean, Australia is not voting.
That is where we are.
Oh, come on, guys. Oh, come on.
But the constitution is, as per the constitution, it says clearly Kenyan time. So we, as they did in our meeting, somebody said that they voted one afternoon to allow men to marry 4 wives in Kenya. So one afternoon, they can change all this. They can change the timing. They can change about the polling stations, and we have several polling stations if they so wish. The other day, they pushed for an amendment in the constitution.
Yeah,
and
overnight. They were working overnight.
Yeah, they poured water on each other, but they still passed that because they had interest in it. For me,
That's
what I'm thinking, and this is my personal view, is if we do the registration and we have the
Yes.
numbers,
Yes.
every one of those people will see that as people, the Kengele's people, the Night Party people, all those people will go and report to their leaders that now we have got numbers. So those people now can tell the people that we have 300,000. We have 4 million Kenyans in diaspora. 4 million. So if we just register like 100,000, they will go back and tell their people, look, we have 100,000 votes down there. Can we go and push this registration down the throats of MPs so that we can capture those votes? They can do it. They can change it. But at the moment, there's not that interest because there is no numbers. If Uganda last time, I think 800 voted, Tanzania about 400 voted. So, and it's neighboring country to Kenya. So let us show that we are interested in doing this thing. And after registration, then we can now start making the noise because we have numbers. Right now, we are just talking. We have not registered. So we really need to show that we have got those numbers so that we can push. The other thing that I just want to throw in is that if you find yourself in Kenya during the registration time, you can go register at Huduma Center in GPO. Go with your passport, register in GPO Huduma Center, and you register to come and vote in UK or in Europe, wherever. So you are, or Canada or US or UAE. You can register there. There will be a diaspora desk in GPO. Go register there, come and vote here. But you must specify that you are coming to vote in the UK, so that you will only be granted the vote of presidential candidate. And it's also working the other way around, that if you register here and you want to change your vote, to change your vote when you go to Kenya, you can, there's that window that you can go and now change your vote and go and vote in Karachuonyo. But note, even if you go and change your vote and go and vote in Karachuonyo, you will only vote for presidency. You will not vote for the local MP and the governor. So that is the information that is coming from IEBC. So let us know. And one of the things we are pushing for, although we have very limited time, civic education, they should come and speak to the people. And for us, we shouldn't actually be pushing them to come. They should be the ones who are pushing us.
You should.
They can come.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the other way around. We are the ones who are telling them, come and talk to the people. Come and, because we have Zoom. At the comfort of somebody sitting in Runda, they will speak to the people in UK. So let them speak to us. Civic education is very important because really people don't even know how these things are going to happen. It is going to be very important.
Absolutely, absolutely. I can't agree more. This is the first step, and civic education, because all these questions, all these worries that we have, they could be handled by them, and they need to give us that opportunity to ask our questions as it were. I can see a very good comment by Jehogeshini. Says, the cost of voting in the diaspora is too high and inhibitive. How is that free and fair? Then I can see a comment by Peter Masharia. Well done, Peter Masharia. The issue of voting has also brought the diaspora people together. And like before, when we were speaking in different groups, we are now able to speak in one voice. This is actually the time to have one diaspora group fully represented. And it's the high time to have a diaspora ministry headed by a diasporian in a fully fledged county, number 48. I am the Reading chairman, and this is something we need to push. The thing is, we always say in our African women in Europe, together we are strong. I've always said that, and that's what Joyce says. Together we are strong. And so standing together, like Sari says, Chair Sally says we should stand together and speak in one voice. Yes, absolutely. We do not. And when we say stand together and speak in one voice, this, don't forget, diaspora is not just UK. If we get the voice from US, if we get the voice from Canada, if we get the voice from Germany, that consolidated document where we are all speaking in one voice, I'm sure they will listen to us. Not one team in Germany saying one thing, another team in Canada, another team in South Sudan saying we are okay with this. United, we shall be able to fight for this. And like we said, this is one step towards the positive move, and I'm really excited to see this coming to fruition. It is an exciting move for us. But like both of you keep saying, the first move and what we should be advocating for here is registration of voters. That is the first step. Because like Lucas says, the minute IBC says the number of registered voters, and I've seen on that document that the survey that you are doing, you are saying your area. So that tells them we've got 700 people, 1,000 or however number of people in Manchester. So they'll look at it and see, oh, then we need to look at things differently. But if people just make noise and we are not registering, we have failed. Let us register. Let us make that first step. And like I said, I know it is a sacrifice. Going all the way to the embassy to register is going to be a big sacrifice. But look at independence. There are those people who fought for independence. Let us be the pioneers. Let us be those people who will fight so that our children will not have to go through what we are going through. We have to be the bloodshed that we have to shed, is that when you give up your time, you give up your money, you give up that shift so that you can go and register, then things will change. But we have to start from somewhere. And each one of us, let us take it upon ourselves. Let us not wait for Chebukati and all the commissioners to come and remind us. Civic education has to start with you. If you have got people in your house who are 18 and above and they've got the Kenyan passport, please do encourage them. If it is in your churches, if it is whatever small group we lead, because I believe each one of us, we are leaders in our own different ways. None of you can say, I'm a counselor, but I lead other groups. So wherever you are in your own small group, make sure that those 5 people, you talk to them. That is the civic education we are talking about. Let us not wait for Chebukati to come and tell us. Let us register. Let us show them we are interested. Because it's one thing to complain, to shout at the top of the rooftop here and not register. We will have wasted so much of our time, our resources. And this is our time, guys. This is our time to show what we are made of. Let's see what people are saying. Dennis Onyango, verification of the voter registration is part of the law. So it may require, thank you, Dennis. Thank you. Joe, you see? It may require 3 trips to those who want to exercise their right. Dennis, that's very true. Vyongo Kenya, we saying wonderful talk, watching from Kenya. Agnes is in Germany and she's really happy for what you are doing, Joy. YouTube user, next step, we'll be looking for diaspora representative. My chairman, you are doing, yes, we will be looking at that, but let's first register, sacrifice your time and money, and then later we will have paved way. Thank you. A journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. Many thought it can never happen. I'm delighted to witness this happening after being in the country for over 25 years. I'm with you, YouTube user, wherever you are. Yes, we've been fighting for this. Civic education, we need to really talk about this. We hammer this wherever you are. Tell people to register. And we've got a very small window, a very, very small window to register. And people are just quiet. Please, for heaven's sake, let us maximize on this time that we have been given. Let us register. Let us show that interest. And then if we are complaining, if you are bringing other questions, other issues, and mind you, this is nothing to do with the embassy. No. It's us and the commissioners. No, please don't be scared and say it's the embassy. No. It's you as a Kenyan exercising your constitutional right. Nothing to do with the embassy. So, tusiwe na uoga hata kidogo. We have got a very high number of young people eligible to vote, and this is a time to involve them. There are so many, and they could be more than 3 times the number of adults. They can tip the balance, yes, but it depends on whether they have the ID, whether they have the passport, because that is what Lucas said. Some of us made a mistake. We did not encourage our children to renew their passport. Some of our children don't even have, you people, you are doing a great show. We are together. Yes, Rachel Geshimo. I know, Joy, I've blocked you for a long time. I can see you raring to go. But like I say, this is my field, and that is why I had to host this, and I'll continue hosting more of this because we need to hammer these guys. Don't be tired. I'll be calling you and others so that we can talk to our people. We can remind our people. Joy, let's hear what you have to say too. You are mute.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I know. I mean, I can hear the passion. This is your area, right? And you know what you're saying, and you go for it definitely. And we just follow what the IEBC have told us, because I'm very, very, and everybody else who is out there sharing messages, let's use facts. We have seen people quoting quotes that are not real. So the IEBC has a website. Actually, it has so much UI, which is the www.iebc.or.ke. That's where there's a lot of information. They tweet, they're very, very active, because there's something else that we have. And you mentioned that the embassy is not part of the IEBC, because IEBC is an independent body. So it doesn't, is supposed to work on its own with its own regulations and the rules. So this is very important to people to know, because as you say, the embassy is there to work with us, and it's so important. I have to say that despite I'm very happy to see embassies working, especially in the in the UK, in the US, and also in Europe. There are so many embassies working together. And we are asking, especially in Europe, which is a very sensitive, different geographical position, we are also trying to work with other embassies. So the High Commissioner, even right now when you're talking, I'm just going for another call to follow up what's the next work that we have to do in Europe, because we are already connected and we want to work with the embassies. We want to work together. That's the only way. And as you have said, the embassies don't have the numbers. You organizations and you people on the ground, you're the ones who are having the numbers. Because I had, like in the US, there are 900,000, and the only people registered, they're less than 20,000 or something, and the same thing, I'm sure, in UK. And don't forget, there's one area that we also have to know, and I know, Councillor Kang'ethe, you're very passionate with that, is the youth, the people, the students. And this area, as you heard from the chair on the news when he was saying, they are focusing on the youth to take advantage of these positions, that the second election. So we have students outside there. Take opportunity of this opportunity, because you have the visa. Some of you have the passports because you're students, and some of us who have been here for so long, we are struggling with passports. But we need to target also the students and to be able to reach out to more and exercise their rights as well. And as you say, the passport is the key that you need to have, and it's a must. So there is no shortcut. The other part is they observe the dates. They change a lot. And let's remember the dates, because even if you're saying to go to registration, please take your calendar and put it. And I've seen that I've been told off on my platform because I've been mixing it too much. So the date is exactly on, as you had, and I'm going to read it up so that I don't read my own things again. So it's on 21st of January up to 6th of February. 21st, I can see even on they forgot to put the January on the press release, but it's 21st of January and ends 6th February 2022. Mark that on your calendar and try to share as much as possible. And as I said, Europe, we are a special area. Please bear with the IEBC. They really tried hard. Germany was put in, and it was really like last the last.com. I always say last bit, and we are there. Let's embrace it. And I think one of you just said it has brought us together. It has brought us together. We have actually formed like a WhatsApp group, organizations only leaders, and this organization, you can check that. I will share the link as well. We've put for the Europe, and we also have a Facebook page where we are giving all the information for the Europe countries, so that they can have and can see what's going on in the Europe elections, because each IEBC has each counties or 48 counties also will be having, I think, our website. I've seen that a lot on the social media, so that the communication, people don't miss out on communication, because sometimes you find yourself lost in the US, because US and the UK are having so much information. We do have ours. Europe, wake up. This is our time to also show we are in the picture of the diaspora, and you are so many outside there, and let's unite. And that's that's my call for me. And for me, make sure you tell another Kenyan, whether you are voting or not, because they will know there is that opportunity now. We know there is a struggle, but for the European, please spread the word, and let's mobilize for people to come and vote and register in Berlin. Unfortunately, I don't think we were able to get other stations in Germany. We were looking for stations that just like UK did, closer to the borders, like Hamburg, Frankfurt, Munich, and Stuttgart. We did try that, so that people from Nordic could go to the Hamburg, from the Switzerland and also and Italy could go to Munich. We had also Stuttgart catering from the France side, Belgium and Holland as well, going to Cologne, and Frankfurt being a main city of a lot of Kenyans too. And I don't think, because of the constitution, and I also have to also talk the budget. It costs a lot for the IEBC. They talk a lot about the budget. It's a lot to go around mobilize, but it's a lesson. It's a lesson they are learning. But if you vote, as you had, if you register and in Berlin, and the numbers are really, really high, and there is an opportunity to even having voting stations, these things can be managed. But without numbers talk. And I keep saying this all the time. If you don't have numbers, we cannot say anything. The embassy don't have numbers. We only have them from the foreign affairs, and those are not numbers that we can bring them here. We need numbers, and that's the only way to do it. So numbers talk. So so that's a lot of information. I hope I have put a little bit more into the listeners to understand. Yeah.
You have joy, and the more we talk, the more we are opening up, the more people are getting to know more of this. And I like that article that Sari has put, and I'd read that. Actually, it was from Chebukati himself. Today they had a meeting in Naivasha, I think, just to confirm, for people to know that for this, on the 9th in diaspora, we are only voting for the president. We only have the presidential vote. People might start thinking, how am I going to vote for my governor, my women rep, and all this? And that is a beginning, which is what we've been fighting for. And Commissioner Chebukati says that the commission is planning and putting in measure to ensure that free, fair, credible, verifiable, accountable, and transparent general election on the 9th. That is what we want. And they should not forget that we are here also. We will be observing. Some of us have been there. We know what happens. So we will be observing. So we'll be very, very keen to see what happens. But guys, please, registration. If you don't register, then no complaints. If you don't register, if you don't vote, then you cannot complain. And I keep repeating, failure to register to vote is voting that wrong person. And that is what I always tell people, even here. I always encourage people to register to vote. You don't have to, that is paramount. That one is not, there's no excuse. Maya, that name Chimwemwe, says, this is a great opportunity for Kenyans to be heard, but more than anything, it's great to show the spirit of Ubuntu. As a first-generation migrant, we must exercise our civic right and vote. We are the foundation and pillars of generations to come. We need to register. Otherwise, we are simply throwing away a right that so many of our ancestors died to ensure we have register. Yes, register. And like I say, we cannot hammer enough. This is a message tonight. If there is anything you can take from Beacon of Hope today, register. And as we continue, because I know my guests, you have a few points here and there, can I kindly ask you, if you are here tonight, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Beacon of Hope Beacon, because you'll be hosting more of this. I'm not the only person, yes, but as an interested party, I'll be hosting more of this. And these guys here, Chair Lucas, especially in UK and others, will be bringing more of this so that we can enlighten ourselves. We said we thank God for Zoom and all this because we can come together. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Beacon of Hope Beacon. Then you will get to know any times that we have shows like this. So it's Beacon of Hope Beacon. Please subscribe. Just click that button, and then you will know when we have any meetings and all that, so that we are all working towards the same thing. Because I say this is my field. I'm very passionate about this. I really cannot wait to say this. And even like Joyce says, the young people, if it means going to the universities and meeting the Kenyan young students, we will do that. Encourage them. Most of them are on visas. They have valid passports. We will encourage them to register. I know it's just a bit too much asking, but if it means sponsoring them, the embassy can do something. Another thing, let us not listen to them saying it's too expensive. We do send a lot of money. So it's not our business that registration and voting in diaspora is expensive. No, that one is not our business. Once they've passed it, there's money in Parliament, and I know they're asking for more money. Chair Lucas said they're asking for more money. Yes, because, for me, I feel it's my right. Lucas, I can see you have a point. What do you want to say? I could talk until tomorrow because this is my field. Unmute yourself, please.
Yeah, one of the things I mentioned that I wanted to, and Joy also mentioned, you can't believe that the numbers the Foreign Affairs Ministry has given to IEBC. So this is why we are saying numbers. The numbers that we have in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for UK, Kenyans in the UK is 137,000. Actually, we are very high according to them, because in US there's 22,000 Kenyans, and we know that we have got more than 1 million Kenyans in. But because of those numbers, those are the things that informs them, and they make decisions according to those numbers. But then if we go out there and prove them wrong with the numbers that we are going to have, they say we have got only 3,000 students here in the UK. We know in the UK we are more than 300,000 Kenyans. So if we are just asking if we can hit just 50,000 Kenyans to go and register, all these statistics that they have, they are going to change. Because why we get short-changed, because when they go to the Parliament or when they go to discuss about Kenyans, they go with these numbers to the House of Parliament. This is the numbers they use in all their statistics. But once we prove that we have got the numbers, this game is going to change. The whole game is going to change, and we are going to speak with a louder voice, because we will be standing and saying that, look, we have got 400,000 Kenyans here in the UK, and that number cannot be ignored. We are many than most of those populated, some of the counties. We are many than some of the counties that they have in Kenya, where they take all the money. Unfortunately, or we don't ask for the money to come this way. We are the ones sending the money. But what we want is for our voice to be heard, so that we can also speak and influence, even policy changing back home. We can influence policy changing. Once we have the numbers, umoja ni nguvu, we can do anything. So let us push for these numbers. I know after registration, probably we'll come back here now and start speaking about voting. But for me today, I'm just talking about numbers. And please cooperate with our task force. It's being led by the chairperson of Reading, Chair Peter. So cooperate with that task force. Chair Agri from Hertfordshire is the one in charge of Secretariat. And we know with that kind of leadership that we have across the UK, we are going to achieve this, and it's going to happen.
Can I mention, somebody here has said register to vote where you see the IEBC logo only. Otherwise, we have seen misleading information. Maxlin, I don't think registration has started yet. It's going to be from the 21st of January to the 6th of February registration. So whatever you have seen is not from IEBC. It's not. Registration of voters will be done at the embassy from the 21st of January. I think what you have seen is a survey that people are giving. So, and that one is one's choice, although it might help. But if you are iffy about it, don't, because the registration, the proper registration will be at the embassies, and we will have the officials from the IEBC. Dennis Onyango says, thanks for not bringing party politics. No, not party politics here, Dennis. We know where it has led us in the past. And these now we are fighting as diasporians so that we can exercise our constitutional rights. So it's nothing. And I can assure you guys, not in Beacon of Hope, I am not bringing any party politics here. Yes, we all belong to the different parties, and that's your choice, but not in Beacon of Hope. We are here to advocate for the diaspora vote, but then the vote is yours. It's your choice what you do with it, whoever you vote for. That one, thank you so much, Dennis. Country 48, we are more than the 47 counties. We are seeing beyond that, but it's not party politics. Sadi says, they have said they will deliver to the diaspora. The IBC should pay and work and provide 100% support. Yes, Gadi Toro, this says diaspora vote is part of free and fair elections. The world is now a global village. Without diaspora voting, nothing is free and fair. So legitimate. We are happy. Sari says, as a point for consideration, Kenya need to understand it is not about the group one is involved in or who is leading, but it is for us to come together to register in order to make this happen. Absolutely. We are not looking at whichever group. All we are advocating is, I know maybe I belong to a certain church. Yes, I do. Powerhouse. I'll talk to the people there to register. Saturday, you lead that group there. We even have women empowerment. We talk to those people. So what we are saying is that when we talk about civic education, it's each one of us go out there, even if it's just within your family, telling them, because they'll listen to you. Let us be that advocate. Let us advocate for registration, and then the rest you follow. I am sure maybe just before the registration, if there is a need, I will invite you and maybe some other people, because like we said in my show here, we just want to talk about that, and no party politics, period. Not in Beacon of Hope. I'm sure the next thing my husband Bishop would say, no more of BOH. Let us just work towards getting us registered. Then on the 9th, whatever you do with your vote, all we will have done is we will have exercised our constitutional right. Whoever you vote for is your choice, and everybody have got their own choice of who to vote for. Now, as we come to the end, I am sure my guests tonight might have a point just before we end, and I'm sure this is not the end. I'll make these shows regular so that we make sure that we've registered, and eventually when we come to voting, we come and encourage our people. I did say I'm very, very passionate because this is my area. This is where what I do here in UK. So when I see my people doing that, when I see my people exercising this, I am so encouraged, and I thank God that this has come to fruition during our time here, So guys, like I said, this could be my show. I could talk and talk and talk endless. So who wants to come in as we wind up?
Let me just go, and then Lucas can finalize it. And I love the energy. That's the energy we want to see with everybody. And actually, what we have seen is that most of the Kenyans are happy to hear this opportunity. I was thinking people come resistant. They're all excited. Something I want also to mention out there about information. Yes, we did share in the beginning. The dates we were given for registration was given a different date as we have it as of today. It was announced. But this is what we were given also as the commissioners came here. And that also Luca can also attest. We tried to share with that. Not that it was misleading, but it was helping us to mobilize Kenyans with a bit of information what we could work with. But now we have official dates, and the information keeps changing. Definitely the place to follow your information is IEBC. Go to the website. That is the place where you should get a confirmation date. So we are humans, we can do mistakes, we can put this one and that one. And please follow what the IEBC says on the website. So for me, it's that from now on, most of the communication, and they have already told us the communication will be prepared by them and will be shared with us. And these are the information we will share with you as we get it. The way there will be education, voting going on as well. Be prepared for that. Come to those meetings. There will be Zoom calls being prepared over and over. In each country has its own team of commissioners. So we have a commissioner, Madenge Wandere, who is working with us, and the UK, they have a different group as well. So we will be sending out for the Europe. Check out on that. We will be sending out information for you to do for the training and mobilization, which is part of us, diaspora between us. And if you have a channel that you think we can reach out to more Kenya, reach out to us. Lucas and I, we are happy to come to your channel and also talk to the people and share what we know. And we are happy for all questions. You can throw us whatever you want. I think we've got enough until now. We are getting stronger and understanding more. We are human beings and we are learning. It's the first time. So call us anytime when you want to ask for your show, because it's part of mobilization. That's what we are doing right now. And the other part is that COVID is a very important thing to remember as we speak right now. The numbers are going really high. Please pray very hard that these 15 days that we are coming for registration, the 15 days, a bit more probably, because I have to calculate again from what we heard before, but they are supposed to be 15 days. We are praying that the COVID will not stop us, that you can come to Berlin and keep safe, guys, the regulation. And there's a process that they are using. They're going to share with us how you can go. We're not going to all of us in one time to the station. They have a system they're bringing up that you can book your appointment before you go, right? They are very good organized. They're getting very, very organized here. And that's what they're doing in the background. And we'll be sharing with you all this information as we go on. So I just wanted to throw that in there, what's coming next. And thank you for listening to us and share this video and what we're doing. And we are your servants. What can we say? We are your ambassadors.
Thank you so much, Joy. Thank you so much, Joy, even for sharing all this information. And I still want to continue giving the disclaimer that Joy and Lucas are not, and we are not from IEBC. We just community leaders, just like you are, because you are your own community leader. We are all leaders in one way or the other. It's only that some of us have got a group that we lead, and that is why somebody had to come out and talk about this. So I really want to appreciate Joy, and Joy is in Germany, but we had to bring her here because we are all talking about the same thing. And so I wanted us to have a variety. And again, I'm also gender sensitive, Lucas. So I needed that. So Joy, thank you ever so much for opening up, for sharing. Lucas, what do you have to say before we wind up?
Yeah, I would say thank you so much, Councillor Kang'ethe and Beacon of Hope, for providing this platform. It's good, and I know there are other stations that will also provide this. So let us keep talking, and I'll ask you, call other people again and again and again and again, so that this registration process we are going to mobilize and let it go out there and be known. We have got a Telegram group here in the UK that we started for vote for everyone in the UK. So you can join that Telegram group. That Telegram group, it's not for forwards, not for gossip. That Telegram group is for you to receive information as it comes from IEBC. We drop it there so that it's part of awareness. So we are passing that information from IEBC in that Telegram group. Again, thank you, Joy, for joining us also this evening. And I know we have been in touch several times. And we are working together to see that this happens, and we are pushing the commissioners together. So when she receives any information, she will share with me, and I'll share with her the information I receive. So I attend her Zoom meetings when they are having commissioners coming in, and we are going to start having our own Zoom calls in the UK. So watch out for those Zoom calls. Let us support one another. Those who don't have enough money to go and register, let us mobilize. Let's go there and register. So thank you so much to everyone out there, whether you have a community group or you don't have a community group, as long as you're Kenyan, go down there and vote. Whether you are represented or you feel that you are not represented, voting is your right. Go there and exercise your right. Thank you so much.
Wow. Guys, this has been our program, Beacon of Hope, and I'm so excited that a lot of information has been shared tonight. And for some of us is a reminder. And I always say, Beacon of Hope, our show is where we inspire, we motivate, we teach. And I believe tonight there's been some motivation, because I am so passionate. Again, those of us who have decided, oh, I'm giving up, Beacon of Hope has encouraged you to go and register. So please, once again, we want to remind you, this is our time. It's our time in diaspora. It's our time. Please do not waste this precious moment that we have been given. So thank you so much, the two of you. Happy New Year, Shushu. Good to see you, my brother. And please, you can share this podcast if you want to share in your group, so that people can listen again and again, so that next time when we come, we do not want to repeat the same things. And Agre has shared the Telegram group. If you want to join it, it's there. So please, once again, I'm reminding you, share. I know there are people who are working tonight who would have loved to join us, and they would like to go and listen to this. So if you share in your group, you will reach out to people who are not in my contact, who are not in Lucas and Joy, and you can reach out. Also, I'm reminding you, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Beacon of Hope Beacon. And so that in future, if you have any other meetings, we don't have to keep on inviting you. You can always know when we are coming live, because at this time, because of what is happening, I did tell you this is my area, and I believe you'll be bringing more and more and more, and you'll be talking more, so that we can help each other, we can enrich each other, we can motivate, we can inspire each other. Even those people who have decided, how does it help me? We can come and discuss. And sure enough, I can tell you that it is very, very important to vote. It is very, very important. And I'm saying this, having been here, having been elected for the last 11 years, I know it is our right, and I know it is very, very important. If it is not for you, for your children, and particularly now for our country, we really need to participate. And because that window has been opened for us, why would we waste such an opportunity? Please do not. So once again, thank you to my viewers. Thank you to my guests. You have been wonderful. You have handled every question politely, kindly. And my viewers, the questions, the comments, you kept them clean, that is what we wanted. We said no. When we started, we said no party politics, and we kept off that. Because at the end of the day, we have to see beyond party politics, where we are now as diaspora. No, we already know, yes, everybody belongs to their own party of choice. But when we come to this as diaspora, the unity that we want to show is what we are doing now. So hats off. You've done so well. Good night, Joy. Good night, Lucas. Watch out this space for more of these meetings. I really want again to appreciate you, and thank you so much. Thank you so much. Keep an eye on Beacon of Hope and other programs where we shall be meeting different people, because we want to keep on educating people. And I say this is part of the civic education that needs to be done. But as we leave, our message is register, register, register. Come 21st of January. You can see Joy doesn't want to go. She's still reminding you to register, register, register. Very, very important. If we have got no other message tonight, just to remind you, register as a voter. So God bless you. We love you. I'll talk to you later behind the tent. Asanteni sana. We really want to appreciate you, my viewers. You've been such a great audience with beautiful comments, answers. We want to appreciate you. Thank you ever so much. And like I said, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, Beacon of Hope Beacon. Help me to grow that channel. I want to make more use of it, and particularly this time round. Nothing else, is just for you people to learn, to get to see things, different issues. Please, yes, agree. Yes, I love that message. Again, in capital, register 3 times. Yes, please hammer that to everybody. So once again, thank you ever so much. This has been once again our program, viewers, Beacon of Hope Beacon, and I cannot stress enough that I have really also enjoyed participating. And as I leave, I want to appreciate the sponsors of Beacon of Hope Beacon, starting with Tap Tap Send for any money transfer, sending money to Kenya. I like to remind people that there's no better way, and I've been sending, even today, I've been sending money using Tap Tap, the easiest, the best way to send money to Kenya.
Niajiwase. Tap Tap Send Money Transfer has launched its app in Kenya. Send money to M-Pesa and Kenyan bank accounts. Send money quickly at the best rate. Hassle-free. Available in the UK, France, Italy, Spain, Netherlands, Belgium, and Germany. Tumaki too.
Thank you so much. I also want to appreciate Bishop BK, my husband, for letting Beacon of Hope to be part of our sponsors, encouraging me, even when I feel weak, even when I do not know how to go about it. Powerhouse, thank you ever so much, Powerhouse Church International. I also want to appreciate Mambo Zuri, led by Ken Kangeve and Ian Odongo. Thank you so much. I'm bringing you back so that you can encourage the young people to vote. Mambo Zuri, visit all these so that we can encourage them. I also want to appreciate Django Dweras Boniwesh, Django Dweras, for all your travel in Kenya. You can sponsor your family. I did that. I got it, and I know they'll come and pick you from your door, drive you to wherever. They organize everything, Django Dweras, and you can pay at the comfort of your home and, sponsor somebody, your loved ones. It's never too late. So Django Dweras, thank you so much. I also want to appreciate Almod Estate Company Limited. Almod Estate Company Limited. I'll be sending more details because I also managed to visit what they are selling, and it's wonderful. I really love what they are doing. So thank you ever so much, everybody who's been supporting us, who's been standing with us, who has made my show the whole of 2021 to be strong, and together we'll make it even stronger in 2022. So once again, this is Beacon of Hope Beacon signing off. And just to remind you that we are back, bigger, stronger, better. Yes, with your support. Continue supporting us, and kindly, please, kindly, I'm pleading now, please subscribe. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Beacon of Hope Beacon. That is our channel. If you not just Beacon of Hope, it is Beacon of Hope Beacon. Kindly do subscribe, and so in future, when I come for more of these programs, you'll be reminded. Just clicking that button, and I really appreciate it. I've got a target for this year now because I am determined to maximize on Beacon of Hope. Kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel. Kindly like us. You might not always follow the programs, but we've got many more, and other programs that we have upcoming where you'll be inspired, motivated, you'll be taught. There's a lot that we do on Beacon of Hope. So till next week, this is Councillor Elizabeth Kang'ethe, Mrs. Bishop BK, signing off from the London Borough of Barking and Dagenham. I love you all. Take care. Have a great weekend. And don't forget, masks in any crowded areas, public transport, shopping, please wear your masks. Let's avoid going in any public places. Omicron is here with us. Please, we do not want to lose any one of you. Till we meet next time, God bless you. We love you. Bye-bye. Thank you, and God bless you. We love you. We love you. We love you. Thank you. Watch out for more of this. Bye-bye.